Now listen to me. Here is my assignment for you today. My assignment for the church today is to elevate the point that we serve a God who sees and knows everything. We serve a God who sees and knows everything. You come to church, you put your wife back so you look good because I don't know what pressure you are trying to get or whatever approval you are trying to get. You forget that God sees and knows. You come to church, you come to destroy your husband so that you can get favor or attention, or that you can get pity. You forget that God knows and sees everything. You come to church and tell us stories of how wonderful you've been, how you have lived your life in the past, how you have been born again, how you never went into sin, how you are in SU, which of course is contrary to the way you have lived your life. But because none of us, we don't have any proof, we are not there. There was no one who will know except what you have told us. And by based on what you are telling us, this holy sister, why is she not married? This holy brother, she should have done this. But that's all we can just feel. We cannot make it happen. The one who can make it happen knows the truth. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, why concentrate on trying to make yourself feel good in front of people who cannot add anything to your life? Instead of you to concentrate on making your right wrong in front of the Most High God, who is able to turn your situation around. Saul tried to pin his disobedience on people rather than repenting before the Almighty. We saw what happened to him. David, while he was confronted with the sin, acknowledged he was wrong and said, you know what, I'm sorry. We saw his punishment too as well. But one was greater than the other. You can reduce your suffering. You can reduce your affliction. You can stop the suffering today by just acknowledging the fact, sir, God, forgive me, I'm wrong. Rather than continue to lie to yourself and continue to pretend and continue to pin things on other people. People who are not responsible for your stress. You know, I dislike it when people say to me, it is Sister Bumi, it is Brother Easy, it is Sister Heidi, it is Bemi, it is Sister Ayon, it is Anyeti, it is Evelyn, it is Amoregi, it is Pastor Kola, I'm sure it's Pastor Dumoso, I'm sure so. They are the one that told Pastor, they are the one that's making Pastor to not to like me. I'm asking myself, do you think I'm a fool? Let me tell you something, beloved. If I love you, if I like you, nobody is able to stop the love. Nobody. Only you. Check your ways. Because the identity that is militating against you is not those people or yourself. And if it is those people, it can only be for a while. It can only be what? For a while. But not when I have personal issues against you that I know. That it's not when not anybody is telling me. I know this. I have seen this. I have proof of it. Why are you saying it others? What God has against you is not based on what anybody is saying to him. It's based on what God he has seen you do by disobeying his command. I mean, if it was possible, if it were possible for you to go to God, to see God face by face, some of you will have said that it is because of what pastor is saying that God is not. You know, it's pastor that is talking to God not to do it. If not that pastor, I'm sure God will have done it. But every time pastor, he keep complaining about me. That's why God is not listening. You see, you will have said so. But if God has any issue against you today, it's not necessarily because of what I've said to him. It's because of he himself took time to examine, check, and sound that I like going on here. You are definitely a disobedient child. In Sodom and Gomorrah, God said, I had a report about them, but I'm going to investigate. So at the end of the day, it wasn't based on the report God had about them, but what he himself found out about them. You think you can fool God? You can't. If all this while, as you have claimed, it is also enemy, it is also wickedness, it is enemy of your father, enemy of your mother, not with all this one that you have cried, it's not enough time for God to have investigated and say, no, okay, you are okay. I won't allow this to happen. But God has come and found out that they are not the ones, you are the one that are you are the one that's responsible. Because even the things I say to you, you don't do. You value the opinion of the world more than you value me. How many of the things I've said to you have you obeyed? Am I making sense to you? Let somebody shout hallelujah. Some of you are reaping the effects of the sins of your past. Oh, I'm having problem in my marriage. How many married men did you go out with when you were single? How many women did you bring grief to their home that you didn't allow them to enjoy their husband? Oh, you think it's gone? Hey, yes, he has forgotten, he has forgiven you, but the consequences are there. Do not be deceived. God cannot be wrong. A man will reap whatever he has sown. He didn't say I won't forgive you, but he will reap the consequences. Now, I know this is not the kind of sermon that many of you want to hear. You want to hear about God prospering, God is a good God, God is a nice God, God is a kind God. Oh, tomorrow you're going to become a millionaire, you're going to be a millionaire. God is promising restoration. That's what you want to hear. But I tell you one thing, beloved. Just as God is good, kind, generous, loving, compassionate, in the same vein, God will not spare the king. He will not fail to whip the back, the behind of any of his children who there goes against his command. You can't move forward if you continue to blame people. As a matter of fact, that's why many people are not making progress. Because rather than acknowledging they are wrong, they are blaming people. Now, it's not funny that even as you hear the word of God like this, and I'm telling you that this is what God is saying, this is something that you are doing wrong, you better change. That rather than for you to change, you are now making me your enemy as if I'm the one responsible for things not to happen in your life. And all I'm telling you is that what you are doing is wrong. That's how something is not happening. Even the one telling you now has now become your enemy. How then can you ever move forward? God is one that does not hesitate for 1 second to cane your behind if you mess up. Now, I want you to understand this thing carefully. We believe that this book of law that God has given us, and He has told us to follow, to meditate upon, if we want to be successful in life, we believe in this book. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now, if we believe in this book, yet in this book, from Genesis to Revelation, repeatedly, it kept on repeating to us that God sees and knows everything. And that all our actions, God will judge us by it. It started with Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. They blamed serpent rather than blaming their greed and their covetousness. Eve blamed serpent. Adam blamed Eve. Says, the wife that you gave me. His own eyes too has been on it. He only needed somebody to tell him to take. And then God asked him, where are you? As if he didn't know where they were. He said, we are somewhere. We are hiding from you. He said, why? He said, because we are naked. Then God said, have you eaten from the food? I said, you should not eat. He knew what they have done. He was just asking. And he said, it was so, it was so. Rather than accepting that, yes, I have a weakness, sir. I mistakenly, my greed, my covetousness, my this made me to do this. Forgive me. They blamed one thing or the other for it. Till today, we are still blaming people and blaming one situation for what they are doing wrong. Oh, why did you steal? Because I was hungry. Why did you go into prostitution? Because I needed to send myself to school. Why did you do this? Everything we have an excuse. Something is to be blamed. Guess what? It's not any excuse. It's not an excuse before the Almighty. Whatever you are using as an excuse this morning to do evil before God, God says it's not an excuse before me. Go to Proverbs 5:21. Proverbs 5:21. I'm going to be showing you some things this morning that will make all of you well, it's as if you still have conscience, I hope it will send some message to you. For the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he ponders all his thoughts. The ways of man are before the Lord. Just 20, I want only 21, please. Only 21. The ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he ponders on all his paths. On all his paths. Please, I want the NIV translation. I want the NIV translation of this passage. Do you have it? Okay. For a man's ways are in full view of the Lord, and he examines all his paths. A man's ways are in full view, full blast, light, full blown on it, no hidden, no, everything is so glaring. You can imagine the kind of light that is on you. Even when you are in the dark, there is a big light on you. You think you are in the dark, but there is a satellite of God on you, looking at you clearly and seeing everything that you are doing, even the ones that you don't know you are doing that is inside the dark. You think you are in the dark room, doing something evil, shut down the windows so that nobody will see you. But right inside that room is a full blast of the of the light of God, watching and checking everything that you do and say. So when you are in sin in that hotel, on a conference, when your wife is not there, you think you're on a journey, nobody knows. This is far from the house. And shut the window. Switch off the lights. I think now you are safe. Early in the morning, the girl will go. Right there in the action, the full blast of the light of God is on you. Checking and watching everything. Bible says he examines all his parts. Every step that you take. Right from the moment you leave your house. He's checking. Okay. No wonder. I hope somebody is already thinking, no wonder my life is the way it is today. Going by the things you think you do that nobody knows. I want to ask you this morning, are you qualified for God's blessing? But because you think nobody knows, and you assume that, okay, maybe for a change, maybe God must have, maybe he just, he examines all his paths, all his steps. Trusting God for breakthrough, trusting for business expansion, you are trusting God for financial breakthrough, yet the little money you have, you are busy using it to carry prostitutes, carry women. And you are trusting God to expand you, you are wasting your time. Proverbs 5:15-3. Proverbs 15 verse 3. Please quickly. The eyes of the Lord are everywhere, keeping watch on the wicked and the good. The eyes of the Lord are what? Everywhere, keeping eyes on the wicked and on the good. Now I know that if it were possible for you and I to create our God, we will create a God that will only see our good and not our evil. Am I right? But we'll make our God see the evil of others, but not our own evil. Thank God we cannot create the God that we serve. The Bible says God keeps watch on both the good and the evil. So whatever you know how to do, continue. Ẹ má ṣe lọ, ẹ má ṣe bọ̀, gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ń ṣe, ó wà lọ́wọ́ Olúwa. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí dàbí òwe o, ó yá o ká jọjú. Everything that you are doing, the thoughts in your heart, the wicked thoughts, the malicious thoughts, the terrible thoughts of death that you are wishing towards somebody, how you want to take over the life, how you want to take over the marriage, how you want to take over the business, how you want to inherit your brother, you wish your brother would die so that you can take over his business, how you want to take over his wife, everything. He knows. He knows. He sees. Let me tell you something, beloved. You are not just wicked by the things you do, you are wicked by the thoughts of your heart, if they're evil. For you to think evil and wicked towards another person, you are evil. Every move, every step that you take, all the niceness, what your aim is all about, God knows. people, they will say all the kurukere, all the hide and seek, all the over niceness, all the good morning sir, all the good morning man. What your aim and objectives are, God knows. We don't serve a God that sees only the good. No, we have to serve a God that sees the good and the bad. Everything that you are doing, God sees. Oh. Your intention, God sees. That's why, beloved, everything that I do, because I know that God sees, I know my intentions. That's why the first thing that comes to it is the fear of God. And once I'm sure that I don't give it up what anybody thinks, I know, and God knows that this is. So if you say, oh, Pastor, you are doing this to me because of this woman, I know it is not because of her. I don't care. I will ask God, is it true? You know, I'm only responding to him based on him. Are you following me? Shout a glorious hallelujah. Don't make the mistake of drawing your man from God, because you will regret it later. It is your interest that you allow your man to be close to God if you want peace in your home. We serve a God that sees everything that is going on. The eyes of the Lord is everywhere and watches everything. Go to Job 31 verse 4. Job 31 verse 4. Does he not see my ways and count my every step? Does he not see my ways and count my every step? Every step that you take to that iniquity, to that sin, God is counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000, 10,000. That is how much steps you take. And you remember, you mean this number of steps that you take is not even enough for you to come back to your senses. God, it just so happened quickly, I didn't know. But quickly, do you know how many steps you took? You took over 15,000 steps and you said quickly. As you are getting up from your bed, as you are going to the bathroom, as you are dressing, he's counting the steps. The steps you take to the babalawo, the steps you take to the abalis, the steps you take to do wrong is counting. All the efforts it took you, the process, the hours you spend thinking about how the evil you want to do is there. It's horrifying to imagine that God is actually taking note of every step. Go to Psalm 139 verses 1 and 2. Psalm 139 verses 1 and 2. Oh Lord, you have searched me and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts even from afar. That thoughts that is going on in your mind, that is going on that you think you can hide from me, hide from somebody else, pretend as if you are not even thinking about it. God knows you are thinking about it. You know, I know what I think. Me, I think it didn't even occur to me at all. He knows. When you lie down, please go back to that one. Go back to that one. By verse 1. You have searched me and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. Let me tell you something, beloved. when I sit, when I lie down. When you lie down, God knows who you are lying down with. When you're having conversation, he knows who you're having conversation with.